Let me know what kind of designs you want me to shave into his head on Monday night.
You're fucking evil, bro.
Maybe we'll just leave a star, a cowboy star in the back of his head at the end of the game.
That will never happen.
Maybe we'll start out with the monk, and then we'll go to the cowboy star, and then
You
we'll go
let
from
me
there.
get like 60 seconds into the damn. What's up, YouTube Nation? Welcome to the Tailgate Talkers podcast. My name's Justin, along with my good buddy Dane. Here to bring you all the action from Week 9 and to discuss Week 10. Week 10 already, man. God damn. There's a hunch. There's a hunch that there's a special game this week. Yep. I don't know.
Yeah, Justin's enjoying his last week with hair. So
we'll see about that.
Root for him to be bald next week when we get on this podcast. So let me know what kind of designs you want me to shave into his head on Monday night.
Oh, you're fucking evil, bro.
Maybe we'll just leave a star, a cowboy star in the back of his head at the end of the game.
That will never happen.
You betray me, and I will kill you.
Maybe we'll start out with the monk, and then we'll go to the cowboy star, and then
You
we'll go
let
from
me
there.
get like 60 seconds into the damn.
Anytime I get to rag on Justin, it's just a great time. So,
Oh, man.
I don't know if you've noticed.
Make sure you stay tuned for that. We do have a special live stream this Monday for the game. All tune in. We want your discussion, your feedback, your discourse to be a lot of fun. Hopefully it does not include me getting shaved at the end of the stream.
You guys all want to see it. You guys know. You want to see Justin bald.
Dane, how the hell are you?
I'm good, man. How you doing?
Doing good. You want to start with our picks?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. So standings so far, I got a very, very slim lead on Dane. He is 11-10, and I'm 12-9 on our picks. Ooh. Dude, every time I see the so-called experts make their picks, and they're always very close to 500. Some are even lower than 500. I look at that, and it seems like such an easy thing to do.
That's not.
It's not. Vegas knows what they're doing.
I know. Especially after this week, man. It was like the week of upsets. It was almost
Good Lord.
Every favorite team lost.
Might I say the Eagles won the bye week? Holy shit. I mean, you got the Packers lost, the Lions lost.
Yep.
They're not in our conference, but just to make sure that we have like the same amount, like the least tie for the least amount of losses, the Colts lost, you know, everybody in our division lost. Jayden Daniels got hurt. Not that I'm rooting for injury, but your tight end, we'll get into that.
Yeah.
But like
Tucker Kraft is done.
The Eagles are sitting number 1 seed in the NFC and they didn't play and they made all these nice trades. Great bye week.
Yeah.
I'm happy.
Yeah, it was good for the Eagles.
It was a good week. We had a lot of fun, but it's over.
All right. So let's go our game reviews. The Eagles did not play, so I'm going to shut the fuck up and let you rant, bro.
Oh, gosh. I don't know what to believe about the Green Bay Packers.
They suck.
I don't get it. I mean, after coming off of a week where we looked so good against the Steelers, really good team win against a good Steelers team too. Like not a pushover team whatsoever. They're definitely a team that's going to be a playoff team in the AFC for my money. And just to get dominated and just to play the Panthers the way the Panthers want to be played. The Panthers wanted to make it an ugly game. They love to run the football, keep the score low.
They are very, very scrappy, dude.
Have
and
a
with
chance
fucking
to
Rico,
win.
no doubt about it. Like that dude is
Uncle Rico. It's just crazy. Like he comes out of nowhere. What I don't understand though, like how is he this good if Chuba Hubbard like beat him out as the RB1 at the beginning of the year for the Carolina Panthers? How does that work? Like
sometimes you just gotta see people in action and live with the live bullets.
I agree. I think sometimes when people it's game day, they put the pads on, they're hitting. It's a whole different. They're just a whole different person, a whole different player. You know. So it's just ugly football from the Packers. Number one, Packers cannot run the football, and this is a problem that's occurred really since week 2. I mean, even last week against the Steelers. Can't run the football. And so because of that, our play action doesn't look good. And let me just say, this is probably the worst Jordan Love game since...
I will say, and I don't mean this, I don't mean the bad is as bad as the player I'm going to say. He's never as bad because holy crap. He's got a little Carson Wentz in him, a little good and bad.
It's just, yeah, it's like, you know, this Jekyll and Hyde, like
He was throwing into team meetings.
We make some good plays. And then the whole, I think I can't remember if it was a fourth down that we were going for where he just scrambles around for 10 or 15 seconds. And then he just throws it up to absolutely nobody.
Yeah.
And somehow the Carolina Panthers safety drops it. I mean, it was the softest football. Like, I think he thought Romeo Dobbs was coming back to the football. Or I don't know what he was thinking, but it was just the weirdest looking pass.
And it's crazy because it's so hard. You don't want to coach it. You want to coach it out of him, but you don't, because sometimes some of those plays that are made make him special.
Oh, and backyard football is a real thing in the NFL. Mm-hmm. You have to be able to make off-schedule plays to be competitive in this league. And so that's a good thing. But the problem is, it's like when you try to do that too much, when you try to be too, fancy and you try to get too cute with it, that's when things go wrong. And even, I don't know what he was thinking with the pass downfield to Christian Watson in double, if not triple coverage. I mean, I think it's great to take a shot, but if it's not there, check it down. It's okay to take the first down. Like, why? It was a problem. This kind of reminds me a little bit of the Arizona game. Although I will say in the Arizona game, it didn't bite them in the butt as much. This game, it bit us in the butt. And so Carolina played really sound football, and their defense held us to, I think it was 9 points the first 3 quarters, something like that. And just really kept the Packers in check. And I really think that not being able to run the football is causing us all kinds of problems, because I think it's making Jordan Love feel like he has to try to take over the game. He has to kind of do more than I wouldn't say that he's capable of doing, but do more than he needs to do normally. And that just creates mistakes, when you feel like you have to, carry the team, and it's just, I don't want to
get too, I mean, we got the preview game ahead, so I don't want to get too far into it, but that's the game the Eagles want the Packers to play.
Exactly.
If you beat us up at the line of scrimmage and play bully ball right back at us and drag out the game, make it ugly, you got a great shot at beating the Eagles. But if you want to try to get all blah, 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 Eagles are really opportunistic. And that's why a lot of times they don't get the yards, and it is because they just, I don't want to get too into it, but hopefully the Packers realize hey, let's play it a little bit. I don't want to say close to the vest, but let's tone down all the hero ball and everything else like that. And because you might not have that number one, but you got plethora of receivers. And with your tight end now, I'm curious of how your offense is going to spread the wealth now. That's something the Eagles don't know.
I think it's going to force us to use our rookie wide receiver. I think Matthew Golden a little more. It's going to force us to use Christian Watson and be a little more creative, because up until now, Tucker Kraft's been our number one. Been Jordan Love's his number one target. So, gosh, I'm definitely not liking our chances next week. It just can't be a Jordan Love throws the football 45 times a game football game. It's got to be.
It's not a recipe, especially when you got Josh Jacobs. You have the player.
We got to be patient with it. We got to feed him. And then everything else is going to open up off of that.
And he's a big dude. So if you wear us out, I mean, you can just run in the second half and just kind of, beat us up a little bit. And we're not great on the edges. So if you run, I don't know how Josh Jacobs is running on the perimeter, but that's your bread and butter to beat us.
And even our change of pace running back, or Emmanuel Wilson, man, he looks so good. He's just like this kamikaze, gets the football, just flies downhill. Josh Jacobs, one thing you notice about him is he's a little bit more of a patient runner. He's a big dude, but he'll get back there and he'll kind of wait for to set up his run, and then he'll burst through the hole. But Emmanuel Wilson, man, it's crazy. He just watched Jordan Love hand on the football, and he's just like, I'm putting my head down and just going full speed into anything that's ahead of me.
Jacobs might not give you that 60-yard touchdown run, but he'll give you that powerful 4 or 5 yards.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And he's just such a patient runner. So, and a lot of Matt LaFleur's plays, he does a lot of trap plays. He does a lot of interesting run schemes that kind of force the defense. It kind of tempts the defense into over pursuing and getting past him. And then Josh Jacobs will he'll explode through some of those openings. So, it's just disappointing, man. This is the same thing with the Browns. It was we just let them hang around. We play crappy football. We let them play the game they want to play instead of playing the game we want to play.
Exactly. And you have a good enough team to dictate. Absolutely have enough. And what's weird is you'll beat the Lions. So I know who knows what they were week one. I still consider that a very, very quality win. And then you beat the Steelers, who not sure what to think about them, but then they looked hella good.
Yeah.
So it's like
Yeah.
you seem to show up for your opponents and down to your opponents.
I suspect that they're going to play better against the Eagles just because of that, because
Yeah.
they're expecting it to be a tough game.
Well, it's kind of like I called my shot with the Colts and the Steelers. I said the Steelers aren't going to be that bad again. Like they have pride. I think the Packers also have pride. So I don't expect for the Eagles, even though all vibes are high and mighty right now and everything else like that, and Packers Nation's kind of down because of the injury and the loss and everything else. They have pride too. So, and we're coming into your home. I'm expecting a dogfight.
I was just so disappointed too. Like Panthers O-line in that game was pretty beat up, couple backups in, and like, where was our pass rush? Like I know how come they were just dominating us on the run game.
I always think like that, but those players are so motivated. Like they don't get, like they want to play. They're extra motivated to show out. So, I mean, maybe that says something too. I don't know.
Yeah. It's just sad, especially, in Lambeau. I mean, it's it's embarrassing, but anyways, I digress.
All right. Bills and Chiefs. Bills win 28-21. It did not look that close.
Oof. What were your thoughts on this game? It was an interesting one.
Initially I was surprised. Then I thought, why should I be? The Bills usually win in the regular season.
Yeah.
So beat Patrick Mahomes in the playoffs.
He's like 5-0, I think, against. He's like either 5-1 or 5-0 against Mahomes in the regular season.
Just when I think the Bills are just kind of like a meh team, that's like they got Josh Allen and maybe James Cook and meh, they show out. So I mean, it was very impressive. So Chiefs are definitely not going to be the 1 seed. Not that we thought they would be, but
4 losses already.
That cancels that out. So Chiefs might have to actually go on the fucking road this playoffs.
What's crazy is like right now, like if the playoffs were next week, the Chiefs would be out.
Yeah,
just crazy. Jacksonville was ahead of them.
Which, by the way, there's a buy or sell. So keep that keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. The Chiefs are currently out of the playoffs.
What really impressed me about this game, though? So Patrick Mahomes. So really, what the Chiefs have been doing. So they started the game.
I feel like they're feeding Rice way too much. It's like Rice. Like you have Worley, you have other players.
They started the year. What was it? 0-3, right? Pat, or was it 1-2? The Chiefs.
No, I think it was 0-3.
I think it was 0-3.
I think.
So what the Chiefs started doing is start playing the quick games. So it's been these quick passes. Patrick Mahomes, surgical. I'm going to make him die by 1,000 cuts. That's been the
but you got to punch
strategy.
it in.
So,
Otherwise.
But really what was really impressive to me about the Bills is, Patrick Mahomes got hit a lot. He got pressured a lot. Mm-hmm. But if you watch and you see, if you go back and watch that game, it's not that the pass rush was getting there fast. They were coverage pressures because that Sean McDermott defense and all that strategy. He one thing I love about him is he's so creative with a lot of his coverages and he mixes it up constantly. So every time Patrick Mahomes is getting a new look, he's getting a new, look he hasn't seen yet in the game. And so he's trying to, figure out as he's dropping back, what am I looking at? Who's going to be open? Where's the safety?
And if you notice,
he's confused.
They adjusted late. Like they showed their hand real late into the snap. So you're having to read the defense like post snap, which is a lot hard to do.
Yeah, that was making him hold on to the football. Mm-hmm. And that's why guys like Joey Bosa were getting home. Joey Bosa had a monster game, by the way.
Yeah.
So it was definitely encouraging, I think, if you're a Bills fan, because I think it gives you some hope moving forward.
Thinking about it, I would have actually been more impressed with the Chiefs had the Chiefs won than I would be the Bills that the Bills won. And the reason why is it's just human nature. The Bills here all off season, like you're going to be their fucking Super Bowl. Not that they don't have Super Bowl aspirations, but they are so fucking tired of the Chiefs. They're building their team and all off season to beat you. Yes. Now the Chiefs come into your house. If the Chiefs would have still won on top of that, I'd have probably been more impressed, actually, if I think about it.
Especially in Buffalo, too, know. And I just think it also highlighted the fact that the Chiefs cannot run the football. Like you just look at that.
Tell me about it.
That game, and it's just, and that's the Bills' weakness. That's their kryptonite right now, is that people can run the football on the Bills.
But Andy Reid has a history of just not giving a shit to run the ball. I know this from the Eagles. Like we would be up in arms. We want to be a running, and it's like you guys run the ball. Like we're ahead and we're throwing like 50 fucking times. Why?
They're gonna have to do something differently though the next time against the Bills, because that formula is not going to work.
If they discover a running game, that takes them to a whole new level.
I think not having a healthy Pacheco is a big downside for the Chiefs. Honestly, I think he was just that ability for Pacheco to have that, get 7-8 yards sometimes on a big run late in the game is so important. So yeah, I'm honestly, really good win for the Bills. Really encouraging. The last 2 weeks for the Bills off the bye have looked really good. Panthers game was so convincing. And then to beat a really scrappy and, of course, kind of a dynasty team like the Chiefs is a really big win.
Do you think they win the division, or do you give it to the Patriots?
Man, it's so hard.
I know. Patriots already got that win.
Oof, it's going to be so close. I mean, they're both playoff teams. There's no doubt about that.
For sure.
Man, it is too early to tell, but it's going to be exciting. It's going to be a really close race.
I feel like it's 2005 again already with the Patriots and Colts.
I know, man. I know. This is going to be a battle. The next
it's going to be
10 years, Drake May and Josh Allen. There's no doubt about it.
All right, so we got the last game that we reviewed is Seahawks 38, Commanders 14. I'm not even sure that was that close.
No.
Holy shit.
I know, man. I can't believe the spread was only 3.5 on that game.
Yeah, I think we both picked the Seahawks.
Oh, yeah.
Comfortably. We both said handedly,
Absolutely.
and it was handedly.
That Seahawks defense is absurdly good.
Yeah, it's that rush that they're creative too with their stunts and the way they get after it.
The Ravens defense has not been the same since they lost Brandon McDonald. He is such a good coach.
I was going to bring that up.
Sheesh.
Yeah.
I'm so impressed with the way they're coached and how tough they are, and they get after the passer, man. Like, I don't think I've seen any team yet against Seattle feel, at least their quarterback, feel comfortable when they play them. It's an all out and they only have to bring 4 because those guys are so good.
And that's
such
it
an
means
advantage.
so much. Like, not to bring my Eagles into this, but that's why our defense last year was so good.
Yep.
Bringing 4 and being able to keep men back in coverage is huge. That's one of the main reasons why we've been okay. We've been decent, just not as good, is because we've been having to blitz.
Yeah.
When you can just bring 4, man, it puts the numbers now in your favor.
Yeah,
absolutely. And it's
You have
huge.
7 guys out there on coverage,
Speaking of the Commanders, man, I'm ready to sit here and declare the Philadelphia Eagles the division champions.
Yeah.
I'm just going to claim it.
It's been like one of the most competitive divisions in football for year, but this year it's the Eagles division to lose. That's for sure. Yeah. No doubt about it.
Anything else before we get on to the big news of that game?
I don't think so. I mean, gosh, he was over at halftime. Let's be honest.
Yeah. So we'll go to our weekly news. It's going to be mostly about trades, but I wanted to start here. Jayden Daniels, dislocated non-throwing arm.
Yeah.
Heard rumblings that it's not necessarily season. They're going to be out of the race.
Honestly, for Jayden Daniels' sake, I hope they just sit him the rest of the year and let him heal and come back next year.
And I know people think I'm a hater because, I'm an Eagles fan. So Jalen Hurts, so anybody else in the division can't be good. It's not that. It's just everybody pumped up this rookie, and he absolutely could have repeated the same success as last year. It could have absolutely happened. I'm not saying it. I just needed to see it first. Do it for more than 1 year. And I think he's going to be a player. I truly do. He's got to stay healthy.
Yeah.
That dude is like, he needs to, I'm not saying don't run. You don't want to take something that's such a weapon of his, but I mean, you got to get down. You got to stop taking on defenders.
That O-line there too.
Yes.
Yeah, O-line's terrible.
And they're so they keep saying we're building up around Jayden Daniels. You're giving him a whole bunch of old, slow people.
Yeah, that's the oldest team in football.
Yes.
Oldest team in football.
And for the people that want to sit there and rag on the coach, why'd you have him in there? Why'd you have him in there? Here's my stance. They're competitors, man.
Yeah.
The feeling of being a competitor, getting your ass kicked, and then having to go being taken out because you're getting your ass kicked so much and see your backups go in, man, let's say he didn't get injured. Nobody would be saying shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Nobody would be saying anything so this whole you shouldn't have come on, man. You're just trying to create some drama.
Also, these are people with jobs on the line, real life jobs, people that want to, they're paying their bills with, the money they're making in Washington. So it's it's not something that, is taken lightly by the organization. Of course, everyone wants to. And look,
if you're getting your ass kicked, you can't move the ball or whatever like that. You're currently in a rut. Well, guess what? You are currently facing the team that's putting you in a rut. See if you can. You got an X amount of. You got a quarter or whatever it is to see if you can get something. That's live reps right there.
Yeah, momentum builds on itself too.
Not your own team during practice.
Yeah, and it's.
your scout team at that.
And also, Jayden Daniels has had limited reps this year because he's been hurt a lot. So he probably needs in-game reps for this season, and so you can't blame Dan Quinn. You can't blame anyone on that roster for playing him. It's just football.
And not to bring up Cowboys or anything, but like how many times does Dak Prescott like pad his stats at the end of games?
Absolutely.
Nobody says anything about why did you take him out? Like, come on, man. These guys are competitors.
Aaron Rodgers is the king of that. Crazy.
All right, man. So we're going to try to bring on one of our friends for talk about some of these trades. Yeah. Good boy Vincent that we work with. He's a Dallas Cowboy fan. Unfortunately, I have to deal with it.
Yeah. Worst team in the league, by the way.
We're going to see if he answers the phone real quick. I think he answers. So we'll get to him right now. So, all right.
Here we go.
Hey, Vince, are you on?
I think so. Can you hear me?
Vince, what's up, bro?
What's up? You're live on Tailgate Talkers, man.
Dude.
Oh, right on.
Tell us
long time listener, first time caller.
All right. Number one fan right here. Tailgate Talker. Day one.
All right.
Yes, sir.
So we're talking about these trades. We figured no better where to start than with your Dallas Cowboys.
I mean, one thing I have to say, I'm absolutely ecstatic on, what Jerry Jones actually did from coming off the heartbreak of the Micah Parsons trade to where we are now. It's been a whole 360, or a whole 180.
Yeah. So initially I was like, what are you doing? You should be sellers, not traders.
That's what I think.
But here's why. Make sure I get his name right. Quinnen Williams? Quinnen Williams. Thank you. Yeah. You trade for a Quinnen Williams whenever you can trade for a Quinnen Williams.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's a lot. I don't know. It's kind of curious to me though, because it's like you got Kenny Clark. You want another interior defensive lineman.
How old is Quinnen Williams?
Quinnen Williams is 27 right 27?
Now. It's not bad.
Yeah, he's so young.
So he still has this year remaining on his contract and 2 more years after this.
Oh yeah.
We got him at a cheaper price than we would have paid paying Micah. Which, granted, they're 2 completely different players. Sure. They play 2 completely different roles. But, with the addition of Kenny Clark from the Micah Parsons trade, our interior line is stout now. Yeah. We have 2 run defenders, which, most people talked about us in off seasons or postseason games and stuff like that. We were very soft up the center. We were too small. We couldn't handle big time runners. This kind of deals with that situation.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Didn't Jerry try the Jets for Quinnen Williams and a first-round pick?
Yeah, he did.
And he ended up getting what he wanted.
He tried to trade Mike out of the Jets. Yeah, the Jets didn't want him.
Exactly. Yeah, so in a long, Jerry Jones fashion kind of way, Jerry Jones still got what he wanted at the end of the day. He just had to make a couple more moves to make it happen.
Which first-round pick did he give? Was it
2027?
But like which...
Sure. Yeah.
Oh, 2027.
So originally I heard that it was the 2027 Cowboys pick, but now I think it's going to be the best of the 2.
That's right. 2027. Best of the 2 picks, yeah, because they had 2 first rounders that year. That was one of the ones they traded for Micah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But even Quinnen Williams, yes, he is obviously the biggest news coming into the trade for the Dallas Cowboys. But, also I think Logan Wilson adds, another key piece of depth, and it gives our young linebackers somebody to kind of follow. That I've seen videos about Logan Wilson, he is such a great locker room presence from what I heard. And same thing with Quinnen Williams. This really changes the dynamic of our locker room.
Wasn't he a bench linebacker from like the worst defense?
He was, yeah. He goes from the worst defense.
I'm just messing with you. I know he's decent.
He goes from the worst defense to the second worst defense.
Lucky him.
Yeah.
So hey, before we get you out of here, talk about the Sauce Gardner and the Colts, man.
Yeah.
Oh man, I was absolutely floored by that. I did not think that 1 second that Sauce Gardner, the premier player of the Jets, was going to be moving on. I mean, I know they have Breece Hall. I know, they have Garrett Wilson.
Yeah.
Poor Breece Hall, man.
He's stuck there.
You know what's crazy though to me? So what I don't understand, so they gave up, the Colts gave up 2 first rounders and Adonai Mitchell for Sauce Gardner. That's like the same haul that the Packers gave up for Micah Parsons.
Everyone is saying that.
No,
that the Colts overpaid. No, they didn't overpay. That's about right. The Packers underpaid to get Micah Parsons. That's the problem.
I think it's both. I think the Colts overpaid and the Packers underpaid, I would say.
You think so?
Yeah. I mean, I think Sauce is good, but he's not two first rounders and Adonai Mitchell.
The only corner worth that is Patrick Surtain.
I agree.
I would give up to
have a corner that's
absolutely
shut down, you know? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I get it. The Colts are all in, you know, like they didn't expect to be this good. Of course, I think they're 26th against the pass in the NFL. So I think they needed some help, but I don't know.
Who'd the Seahawks get? Seahawks got another receiver, right?
Rashid Shaheed.
Yeah, they got Rashid Shaheed.
That's an underrated move right there.
I love that.
Yeah, something just to get JSN, like someone else, you know?
It's going to be bombs away.
It is going to be bombs away. And then you have that defense. It's scary. It's scary. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, I can't wait to watch that.
It really is. I mean, it kind of has Sam Darnold in the same situation that he was in with Minnesota. You know, now you have two really good 1 and 2 wide receivers.
I think Shaheed's going to, people are going to start to realize that he's one of the better receivers in football.
He's fast as fuck, dude.
He's amazing. He's been stuck in New Orleans, man, with crap. The best core QB he's had is end of his career, David Carr or Derek Carr. It was
good for like 2 games last year.
Crazy. Spencer Rattler and Tyler Shook and all this garbage, man.
And then the Eagles got your boy Jair Alexander. No one knows more about him than Dane here.
Man.
What do you think, man?
You know,
tale of two players.
He's old. You know, he's old. There's a reason why the Ravens let him go. You know, he's seen better days. He was a shutdown corner in his early years, I'd say. But
even in 2022, he was damn good.
I think he's a better zone corner now than
which is what we play. Yeah.
So that's why the Eagles wanted him.
So my thing is I'll be honest. Before he went to the Ravens, I wanted him, and then I realized I wanted the name. I think more than anything else.
Right.
How much did they give up for him?
We gave a 6th and got a 7th back.
Okay.
So the way I look at it is if we get anything remotely to what Jair Alexander has been, holy shit. If we don't get nothing, we didn't give up anything.
Yeah, that's true.
So it's kind of like...
if you get a few key plays in the postseason or late in the season, that's a win right there.
Yeah, exactly. And they got Michael Carter, I think Michael Carter II from the Jets, but he's a nickel. So my thinking is are they going to put DeJean outside? Because I would rather keep DeJean as one of the best nickels. Why ruin that?
Have him roam around in that defense and make plays. Yeah.
And then the other one, the big one was Jalen Phillips, who had, I think 6.5 sacks in 8 games with Vic Fangio and when he was in Miami. So Vic Fangio loves him. We desperately needed a pass rush because Vic Fangio does not like blitzing, and we're towards the upper half of the league in blitzing, which is not a Vic Fangio like. So,
what do you think about the Eagles not trading away AJ Brown?
So why Howie Roseman doesn't trade away assets? It doesn't make much sense unless we got something crazy in return. You gotta remember, AJ Brown was reading a book on the sideline last year, and we were winning the Super Bowl. Yeah. So these little distractions. And at the end of the day, he's a competitor. He just wants to contribute and help the team win. He's a little bit of a diva, even though he'll say he's not. He is. It's part of the position sometimes, but I mean, I think the Eagles will be just fine. I think they got the people in house and the culture to handle stuff like that.
Yeah. Honestly, for how little they've been utilizing him this year, I almost felt like it would have been a good move to get more assets.
There was part of me that thought that if you can get a player of equal caliber at another position, there was part of me that was thinking about that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So I mean,
but then you had to mention how much dead cap that brings
it's
to the Eagles as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you'd be literally paying. I don't want to give the wrong number, but it's an insane amount of cap space for an invisible player not on your team. Makes no sense.
Yeah,
and you're trying to win the Super Bowl. You have a less likelihood of doing that without AJ Brown.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, honestly too, I think he's going to have a strong finish to the season. There's no way.
I mean, it's the bye week. That's when they figured shit out last year. So we'll see. All right, man. Well, I appreciate you. Thanks for coming on, man.
Cool. Yeah, it was fun.
Vince.
Thanks for having me, guys.
All
right, later, guys.
Take care. All right. You want to get to some buy or sell?
Let's do it.
All right. So I got some buy or sell for Dane. We're kind of taking turns on this. You ready for it? Buy or sell, number 1 out of 5. You ready for it?
Yep. Let's go.
Right now, Matthew Stafford is your current MVP.
Oh, yeah. Buy for sure.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, he's spinning it, man. He looks amazing.
And he didn't
looks
have
as
Puka for 2 weeks, I think.
And
something like that.
Gosh, him and Devontae and just, he
You keep thinking he's going to fall off at some point. The old father time's going to come up, the back injuries, this, that, blah, blah, blah. And then look, he's let's be real. He's one hit away from that team just being nothing.
You know what kills me is like what could have been had he not spent most of his career in Detroit. What could have been, man. Imagine if he's on the Packers, like, no shade at Aaron Rodgers, but
and he got credit like in a way with Detroit, but it wasn't the credit he's getting now. Like he elevated, and maybe if winning a Super Bowl does that too, but like he kind of elevated his name. You say Matthew Stafford, you instantly think one of the best quarterbacks in the league. When he was in Detroit, you thought like, oh, he's, I guess one of the best quarterbacks in the league, but like not to the degree.
It's crazy though, because his stats were absurd in Detroit too. Like he was always, close to the top in yards, touchdowns, passer rating. But it's just, I just feel bad for the guy, surrounding by really poor coaching, really poor, defense, really poor supporting cast his whole career. And, it's awesome to see him finish the career in the way that he deserves. So props to Matthew Stafford. Absolutely buy.
Got you one buy. Here's number 2. Jackson Smith and Jigba will break 2,000 receiving yards.
Man,
I want to know where he's currently at.
How much?
He's at 948. And at that pace, he'll be on pace for 2014.
Man, I'm rooting for him. I would love to see that broken. I think that'd be really, really cool. I'm going to say no. I'm going to say sell.
I agree. He's going to have like a bad game or two, and that's going to take him off. Yeah. Because right now he's on like a crazy pace. And even then he's barely going to get 2014 at that pace.
And think about it this way too. Like Seattle looks so good right now. What if the last 2 weeks they set the starters, or the last week they set the starters? Like that could take him out of running for the 2,000 yards, but like no doubt, just
although they do have the Rams and the 49ers in there. So.
And now with Shaheed too, he has a little bit more target competition.
That's
as well.
true too. I didn't think about that.
So it could go the opposite way though, where it opens things up more for him. But I kind of suspect it'll probably decrease his weekly average of yardage a little bit. He's just so talented, man.
He's really good.
It's insane.
Just need a competent quarterback play.
And you know what's interesting too? I almost think that it lines up with Cooper Kupp coming to Seattle too, like spending time with that guy. Cause that dude, I get it. He's old and he's not the same guy right now, but he knows how to get open. Mm-hmm. He's a professional wide receiver. I mean, he won the Triple Crown, yards, touchdowns, and receptions all in, 1 year. So one of the greatest receiving seasons of all time.
All right. Number 3, the 14 teams that are currently in the playoffs, if it started today, will be the 14 teams in the playoffs.
No way. So
who do you got out?
So for sure. Right now. Jacksonville, man. I mean, I think that's probably the one that I have.
The Chiefs will get in Jacksonville?
Absolutely. Okay. I have no confidence in Trevor.
I think
Lawrence.
the NFC is locked. I think the NFC, like if you look at the teams, actually I think I have it here. Yes. So the NFC, forgot I printed on both sides of this paper. So the NFC, 1 seed Eagles right now, 6-2, Bucs at 2, 6-2, Seahawks at 3, 6-2, Packers at 4, at 5, 2-1, Rams at 5 at 6-2, 49ers at 6 at 6-3, and Lions at 7 at 5-3.
Who are the odd men out? I'm trying to think. Did you say 49ers?
Yeah. Eagles, Bucs, Seahawks, Packers, Rams, 49ers, Lions. The ones in the hunt are the Bears, Vikings, and Panthers.
Oh, okay. I mean, I guess Bears is maybe the one I could see kind of coming out of nowhere and bumping somebody off. But yeah, I agree. I think that's kind of a lock. I think there's a good bit of a gap in between the playoff teams and the ones in the hunt. For
the AFC, just for conversation. So Colts are 1, Patriots are 2, Broncos 3, Steelers 4, Bills 5, Chargers 6, Jaguars 7. I can totally agree with you with the Jaguars coming out and Chiefs going in, but I think that would be, but you got the Chiefs, Texans, and Ravens in the hunt. There's the Ravens there.
I know. The Ravens are probably going to finish really strong too. That's going to be tough.
But I think the 7 right now that are in the NFC are going to be your 7.
That would be crazy if either the Chiefs or the Ravens didn't make the playoffs. That would be a story for sure.
And I wrote some key points on here. We're kind of backing up. I don't want to go too far into it. But Jalen Phillips, highest pressure rate per pass rush snap. I don't know much about the guy, so I'm trying to take anything I can figure out about him.
Interesting.
Cool.
Yeah, so I would say that's probably the big one for me. Jacksonville, doesn't look good. BTJ's hurt. Travis Hunter's out probably for the year, sounds like now. Really haven't been running the football super well. I mean, they barely squeaked out a win against the Raiders this last week in OT, by the way. Just ugly football in Jacksonville. Also, here's a question for you. how long does Jacksonville give Trevor Lawrence? How long are we going to continue with the Trevor Lawrence experiment?
At some point, man.
Don't you think that he's still riding his days from Clemson? He's
but who's still riding on the in front of him right now? I don't think it's too early to not draft a quarterback. I definitely think a first round quarterback could be in play depending on where the dominoes fall. Like, I don't think he's protected against that. But like right now in season, who are you going to put in front of him?
Well, sure. I mean, for this year, but I mean, when next year rolls around, like how many years are we going to give this guy to play mediocre football?
You have to put a competition in. You have to, because he's just handed the keys, and
you have to. You got to bring somebody in, because it's. I mean, this is year 4 or 5, and has not looked great any of the years. Yeah.
All right. Number 4, Seahawks are currently the biggest threat to the Eagles repeating.
Oof, man. I would say bye. I really would. I think that defense is legit. I think Sam Darnold is perfect in that offense. I think passing game wise, I think they have now with Rashid Shaheed, they have all the weapons they need. My only question mark with the Seahawks is, can they run the football? I think that's my biggest.
And the Eagles, I think, are a better passing defense than a rushing defense.
Yeah. So that's my only question, the Seahawks. But I think now, if you're going to ask me, like, can the Seahawks go to the Super Bowl? Absolutely, they can. They have that ability. They have that talent. It's their year. It really is. They can make that kind of run.
If the Eagles were to face the Seahawks in the playoffs, this is kind of stupid because I'd be nervous any playoff game. It's win or go home. I'm nervous regardless. Yeah. I'm nervous for a regular season game, much less a playoff game. But the two teams that really I fear, well, actually there's 4 or 3, excuse me. But I fear the Seahawks, I fear the Lions, and I fear the Rams. Those are 3 teams I really fear. Not that I don't fear the Packers, not that I don't fear the Bucs.
I almost feel like the Rams, that could be a team that could knock off the Seahawks just because it's an in-division matchup. They see each other twice a year. They know the Seahawks.
Here's something that gives me comfort when it comes like the Seahawks. It's very hard to do. I try to step out of my fanhood and just look at it. Can I see a Sam Darnold inexperienced playoffs Seahawks team beating the Eagles? And I can't. I can, however, see a Matthew Stafford Rams team doing it. That's kind of like the difference. Where
I guess you think about too last year in that game, he was Vikings Lions, and the way that Darnold looked, it was.
But there's a first time for everything. I mean,
sure,
the Eagles had to win, so like I guess that argument doesn't hold water, but just kind of how I look at it sometimes.
Yeah.
All right, last one. I just had to throw this in here because Jesus Christ, the week that was. Eagles will clinch the NFC East before week 15.
Oh, I definitely buy.
Right now, the magic number is 6.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, gosh, you look at all those teams right now, like, what do you like about the Cowboys? I mean, they got basically demolished by the Arizona Cardinals last week. Defense is just it's either them or the Bengals. They're both fighting for the worst defense in football.
Speaking of which, and that I had a key point in here, and I purposely didn't, even though I wanted to say it so bad, it wasn't on topic, so I didn't. Now that you brought that up, there have been 5 games this season where an offense had 500 plus yards. 5 times this happened. 3 were against the Bengals.
Wow. I know. That Bears game over the weekend. Gosh.
Good Lord, dude. That was fun. That was fun.
A Colston Loveland catch at the end, I just blew my mind.
I was just about ready to say the Joe Flacco love affair is over, and then I know they lost, but like, holy shit.
Did you know that was Joe Flacco's first time throwing over 400 yards in his whole career?
Really?
Yep.
I knew he had
never done that.
I knew he had a strong playoff run in 2000 and whatever it was.
Where they won the Super Bowl.
Yeah, maybe it was just touchdowns that he threw a lot of. I don't know.
It's crazy. I was like, what? He's 40, 41, something like that?
Crazy.
Throwing for over 400 yards. I think it just shows you how good that receiver duo is, man. Like, they're absurd.
And I want to say this, even though it is off topic, but it's literally the only other note I had on there. Sean McDermott, you were so against the tush push because you said it was dangerous. Yet you guys run it more than we do. Josh Allen has more tush push touchdowns than Jalen Hurts. I can understand. Yeah. I can understand if you said it's not aesthetically pleasing or it's hard to officiate. Yeah, absolutely. If they're going to allow it, I disagree with it because I think of these things, but fuck it, we'll do it. But when you say safety is your reason and you still do it, dude, fuck you, bro. Sorry. Speaking out of both sides of your ass on that one.
Sean McDermott is not coming to Thanksgiving at Justin's house.
No.
Say that.
I just think, like, really, you're going to sit there and say that is the reason and then make your team do that. Like, it's stupid.
But I guess back on our original question.
Sorry.
Like, Cowboys don't love it. Commanders, the season's over. Let's be real. Giants, I mean, they definitely have a spark with Dart, but like
the only
injuries.
The only chance is the Cowboys. Commanders is not. They're not doing it. They're not. Giants aren't doing
Giants
it. They're
are too
not.
beat up, man.
Cowboys are the only ones that can possibly keep that. What is it, like 21 years in a row or something like that, where there's been no repeat winner?
But they're what, 3-5?
They're
right
3-5-1.
3-5. Yeah,
they have a hard. Now the Eagles have a hard schedule too. They do as well. We both play the Lions. We both play the Chargers. I think there's like another hard game in there.
The Cowboys would have to run the table, literally.
Almost. I think they can only afford one more loss, maybe.
Yeah.
One more loss.
That's not happening.
Yeah.
There's no way.
All right. You ready for some fantasy football?
It's time for fantasy football with Dane and Justin. Get ready to dominate your league.
Dominate your league. All right. So a little of a mixed bag last week. I told you guys to start Pacheco. Well, that couldn't have been more wrong because he didn't play.
Oh, God. It's about as bad as it gets.
I think you got 0 points. I'm not quite sure.
I hope I did better than that. Yikes.
So you said to start Bam Knight.
I
Not
think that
great.
was much better.
9 carries for 27 yards. But at least you probably gave him decimal points.
They used DeMarcado more than they did Bam Knight. I don't
If
get
Eddie
it.
would listen to us and start this,
Just do the opposite of our start sit and you'll do great. Okay?
All right. So I told you to sit Daniel Jones. Now I was kind of right. He did end up having, he went 31
For like 340 or something. didn't
yeah,
he?
31 of 50,
He had some interceptions and fumbles.
Yeah. So 31 of 50, 342 yards, 1 touchdown, 3 interceptions. So the yardage was okay. The completion percentage, not that that matters really in fantasy. The interceptions, I'm sure that probably cost you points. I don't know, but my overall point is like, look, Steelers defense has pride. I think was spot
The
on.
D-line looked way better. TJ Watt was coming off the ball really well.
Yeah, I needed Jonathan Taylor to score 1 touchdown, just one. That's all I needed to win. Like what was it, like $200? Like,
And he's
just
been
one
getting
touchdown.
3 every week until this week.
1 fucking touchdown is all I needed. I hit everything else. Anyway, you had 2 sits. You had Jordan Addison. He had 2 receptions for 48 yards.
All right.
Yeah.
Nailed that one.
Nice.
Okay.
You had Cortland Sutton. He only had 1 catch for 30 yards. It just so happened to be a touchdown.
Oh, that's true. I think it was only like 8 points or something at the end of the day. Not
All
very
right.
inspiring.
You want to get into overachievers, underachievers?
Yeah. Well, speaking of Jonathan Taylor, he is my underachiever of the week. 14 carries, 45 yards. Against the Steelers defense, too, that not look that good until they played Indy, of course. It's just so odd. I think you're right. I think you just need to be some inspiration. They need a kick in the pants.
I'm sure
Mike Tomlin.
Mike Tomlin. Sorry, I was like fumbling his name, but like I'm sure he gave it to him.
It's the highest paid defense in football. It's ridiculous for them to be playing the way they were. So
My underachiever, motherfucker. Look what I had as underachiever.
Oh, Jonathan Taylor, look at you.
Stole it from me. Well, I'm not good
Great
on
minds.
I'm not good thinking on my feet, so I'm just gonna say Jonathan Taylor again. Yeah, again, 14 carries, 45 yards. Like what the fuck? If you pick my overachiever, I'm gonna be pissed.
Who you got?
I got Sam Darnold.
Oh,
21 of 24,
nice.
330 yards, 4 touchdowns, 1 INT. Dude was surgical. Again, I don't have a lot of, I don't think highly of Washington's defense at all. I think speed for sure definitely gets some good route running. They're just not, they're slow, you know? And so if you do some misdirection plays or a lot of perimeter stuff, like it's like you can freaking get untouched going through to their second level. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. Yeah, my overcheer for the week is Kyle Manungai.
I like that.
Picking up for DeAndre Swift on the Chicago Bears. 26 carries, 176 yards, 3 receptions for 22, almost 200 yards
Nice.
of
That's a good one.
offense for the backup running back. I kind of wonder, I suspect when Swift comes back, it's not going to be his backfield. It's going to be this Rico Dowdle thing. I think it's going to be a
think so?
split. I think it's going to be a split.
There's
That'd be
nothing
my
wrong with a
guess.
split. I mean, Lions are killing it with that.
That's what I think that's what he wants to do anyway. I think that's what Ben Johnson wants. So who's your start and sit?
All right. My start for this week will be, speaking of said Washington defense, my start is Jahmyr Gibbs for sure.
Nice.
I definitely see him just absolutely shredding the crap out of the Washington defense.
Yeah, no, no doubt. No
It's
doubt.
going to be ugly.
I'm surprised that they're only favored by, what is it, 9.5 or
Are
something?
you serious?
Yeah. I think Lions are going to blow them out.
You know, Washington, if you are going to win a game, I'd love you to win this one. It'd be nice. I'll actually root for you.
Give you a little gift.
Yeah.
Yeah, my start for the week is actually a Teteroa McMillan. Had a few kind of rough weeks. He's getting the volume that he needs. He's just not connecting with Bryce Young, and he's going to have a blow up week one of these weeks, especially against the Saints. So Teteroa McMillan. Also, I do like Rashid Shaheed. I know it's his first week with Seattle, but they're going up against Arizona Cardinals. It's just a pretty. As a defense that's not super great, I guess, against the pass. So yeah, I like Rashid Shaheed, especially like if you're ever betting his over for his longest catch of the day. Oof, dude is a deep threat. So I'll be looking for that. Who's your sit?
My sit. All right, the love affair is over. Jacoby Brissett. Sit versus Seattle.
Oh yeah, I know, man.
Not touching that one.
Also, what's kind of interesting about that whole Kyler Murray thing? They put him on IR today for his foot injury that they said he was coming back for next week.
I noticed that
I think
too.
they're trying to get him on the bench because Jacoby Brissett's been killing it there.
It's weird that teams do that. You have to play this freaking like political climate and everything else, and it's just so annoying.
Would it surprise you if the Arizona Cardinals traded away Kyler Murray this offseason?
No, actually, no.
I think that ship sailed. I feel like it's kind of like the Trevor Lawrence thing. I think it's been underperformance for years and years and years, and I think it's his time's kind of run his course there.
I've just never been. I mean, I know people use him for fantasy because it gives you that running element, but like I just don't think highly of Kyler Murray. I've never have. I don't know.
He's not the leader. I think he's got plenty of physical talent. I just don't think he's the guy, at least for that football team. Yeah. So I'm sure somebody else could probably get something better out of him. He hasn't really had. I mean, I guess he had Cliff Kingsbury, Arizona for a little bit, and that was okay. But it kind of almost makes Cliff Kingsbury look better now that he's without Kyler Murray and he's killing it over in Washington. He's been having a good year, at least until Jayden Daniels got injured. But kind of makes him look a little better. Kind of almost puts a little more pressure on Kyler Murray. My sit for the week is Ashton Genty against the Denver Broncos.
I was thinking about him. Yeah. I was thinking about because I have him in fantasy. I've been thinking about benching him. I'm
just think it's not going to be inspiring against a good Denver Broncos defense. I think,
although like that with the Oakland Raiders trading away their receiver, like
it's going to be Brock Bowers just target
Brock Bowers.
Dude, Gino's going to drop back and just throw it at Brock Bowers every single play. Him and Trey Tucker, I guess. Yeah. That's all they got. So,
all right. Well, we got the game previews. You want to save our special game for the end?
Yes.
All right.
Yes. Let's do it.
Patriots at Bucs. Bucs are favored by 2.5 points. Ooh. What do you think?
Man, it's in Tampa. Buccaneers are still not healthy. I would totally I'm picking Patriots in this game to obviously win and cover. I think, I know Tampa's run defense is serious, but Patriots can win in more than one way. They haven't been super great at running the football. Their strength has been the pass. And so I like the New England Patriots to win this game. I think Bucky Irving's still out. Chris Godwin's questionable to come back. They got Agbuka. Of course, you got Baker. But I'm picking the Patriots to win this game. I'm thinking it might be kind of a lower scoring game. I think both these teams are probably going to do pretty well against. Both are good defenses, and I think it's going to be kind of a dogfight. But I'm going to say 21-24 Patriots.
I got Patriots winning 31-24.
Nice.
So it's 2.5 So Tampa's at home favored 2.5. That's basically Vegas saying like on a freaking neutral site, it's a coin flip.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a coin flip. I'm more impressed by the Patriots than I am the Bucs. I love Baker Mayfield, and he was tearing it up early. Like what we're thinking of Matthew Stafford right now is what we were thinking of Baker like early on in the season. Yeah. It's just they're just so injured. They've been kind of uninspiring the last few weeks.
Can't run the football.
Can't run the football. I just think the Patriots are more balanced. I got the Patriots winning and covering easily.
Absolutely. Yep. And then the next game we got Steelers Chargers in LA.
Chargers favored by 3.
Yep.
Again, almost a coin flip game. This one I'm struggling with because I've seen the good and bad on both of them.
Well, what's hard about this game is Chargers are really banged up on their O-line. So the Steelers pass rush is going to get home.
Yeah.
But also the Chargers have great wide receiver weapons. And the Steelers' weakness has been against the pass. So you think Justin Herbert, he might really tear it up against the Steelers secondary too.
Yeah,
you know?
I'm leaning Chargers. I'm just trying to decide if I'm giving them more than 3. Yeah, I'm going to. I'm gonna say Chargers win and cover. Aaron Rodgers, when it's bad, it's bad.
I know.
It seems like, and I feel like if you fluster him, he's flustered almost all goddamn game.
He's not an aggressive,
You
playmaker.
don't want him smiling.
Yeah.
If he's smiling, you're fucking cooked. Like he's done a lot of smiling against the Eagles over the years.
Yeah.
I got Chargers. I don't know. It's probably I got probably more like, I'm going to go 27-17 Chargers.
Oh man, this is a really hard one. I like LA too, but I do think Pittsburgh covers. I'm going to say, I think it's going to be a really close one. I'm going to say 23-24 Chargers. So I got Pittsburgh covering, but Chargers winning.
All right. What comes up now?
Yep. Justin goes ball.
Time we've all been waiting for. I'm just kidding.
Oh gosh.
All right. So you're wondering, like, what is that?
What is that hideous noise?
It is pretty hideous. I'll be singing it a lot in a week from now. All right. So Eagles at Packers. Packers favored by 2.5. Again, it's saying neutral site, coin flip.
I just can't believe the Packers are favored after what we watched last week, but
I mean, the Eagles I guess it's only been 2 games for the Eagles, and it's been 2 different games. The passing game one time and the running game the next time. So it's like it's a very Eagle thing to do, I guess.
I feel like both of these teams too have been. It's been like
what teams are we getting?
Yeah, exactly. It's been like inconsistency and also just playing to the level of the other team, for the most part.
So here's the thing. You tell me if you agree, because I think the Packers are a very, very, very talented team as well. If both teams played their absolute A-game best, I think the Eagles win.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't think it's a blowout, but I think the Eagles win.
I agree with you.
The problem is I don't know what team we're going to get. And sometimes I wonder what's in the water in Philadelphia because they make some very questionable decisions. I've liked Kevin Patullo the last 2 weeks. I've said it on this podcast. He's been in his bag. I'm seeing a lot of different things. I'm seeing under center. I'm seeing concepts. I'm seeing concepts play off each other where you're almost like setting the team up for later. I'm like seeing it like advanced, like in-game scouting. And I'm like, all right.
Yep.
It's just, I don't know what to expect, bro.
Yeah, I know. I think if I break it down this way, if I think about offense, I think advantage Philadelphia.
You think?
Yes, absolutely.
Because the Eagles are either really good or embarrassingly bad.
I guess I just think about talent. If I think about talent, offense, advantage Philadelphia. When I'm thinking about talent, I think advantage on the D-line, Packers. And I think about talent and Philly, especially now with some of the trades, I would give advantage in the secondary absolutely to the Philadelphia Eagles. So I think when I think about it that way,
linebackers are both really good.
So yeah,
both of us have really good linebackers.
But corners and safeties, I would give you guys the edge for sure. Our secondary is
our safeties are meh. Very, very meh.
I guess we do have Xavier McKinney.
Yeah, so I'd probably give you the edge at safety.
Yeah.
Corner. The only problem is I need to see who's gonna play the outside corner for Philly, because the thing is the Packers they might not have the number 1, but they have plenty of good, like you used to say number 2s, but like they have
so many 2s.
But they have very like. I don't know who's like. It doesn't matter who's going to be the number 2 corner for us. They're going to go up against a good receiver. There's no number 1 and then a drop off. You just have Queen Mitchell follow number 1. That's what worries me a little bit.
Yeah.
And then you wonder like which Love are you going to get?
Yeah, I know exactly. Mm-hmm. Like he could look like MVP Love, against the Steelers.
And it's on Monday Night Football. Over under 10 times they play that song "Love Hurts." I'm just saying.
Seriously. I know.
Oh man, dude. So for those of you that have been under a rock or just joining in, we, from the beginning of the season, this podcast, have made a bet to where if Dane's Packers beats my Eagles in this game, I won't even shave it. I will let him have the honor. He will personally shave my head. And I don't mean just a crew cut. I mean like Mr. Clean Bald.
Yes.
You know,
he's going to look like 10 minutes.
I might take over the razor part. I'll let him take, you can have this, but I'm going to take the clean razor.
Justin might be wearing hats for a while on the podcast.
Yeah. And then if he gets out so fucking lucky. And if he wins, he has to wear a Jalen Hurts is my daddy shirt, which by the way, you have to own it. If for whatever, because whatever I'm putting on the line, you can't just put on the shirt and just be like, top 10 quarterback and just make some kind of joke. I'm not saying you have to change your thinking. You are entitled to your opinion, but you have to kind of own it a little bit. Okay.
Absolutely. I'm all about that.
So, all right. All right. This moment of truth, man. What do you think?
I got to take my Packers. I got to be true to the Packers for sure. I don't feel confident about it at all because our team's so inconsistent, but
I don't feel confident either.
I'm going to ride with the Pack, of course. 2.5 point spread. Don't feel good about it. It's in Green Bay. It's in prime time. So
and there is that edge that the Eagles knocked you guys out of playoffs. That gives you a little extra, let's get these guys.
I don't feel good about our secondary stopping AJ Brown or Devontae Smith. I think that's one of the things I'm most worried about.
Let me put it to you this way. The Eagles and Packers playoff game. I know everybody gives us that the Rams gave us our hardest, and they did. They were very close to beating us. But that Packers Eagles game, I know it was really bad early for you when we watched it together, but it was kind of like an ugly game, which is kind of the game you want to play with the Eagles. Yeah. And you guys were kind of right there, and you've only gotten better, and we've gotten worse.
Yeah, I guess in a way.
So I mean, there is that.
Yeah. So I'm gonna take Packers to win. I don't know about the spread 2.5. I guess I'll take them to cover as well. I'm going to say 30-27 Packers.
Yeah, it's a small spread. I know these games are like razor thin sometimes, but it's almost like whoever's going to win, you think would cover the spread. Let's do win by 1 or 2 points, but I'm going to take my Eagles. Again, not confident about it either, just because the Eagles give me anxiety. And gotta think about it. I know they went 4-0, but those 4 wins were woo, something is broken. And even Dane was telling on the podcast early on, something's broken, Yeah. And then we lost 2 games, one to the Broncos, which actually doesn't look that bad of a loss now. We had them. They had to make a crazy comeback to beat us. So and then we lost to the Giants. Now we avenged that by showing okay, they beat us, they got us, but we showed how much better we are than them, so.
The other part is you guys are coming out of that bye too, so you've had some time to make a really solid game plan.
Seen 2 games of you guys play because you guys played Monday night.
Yep.
And then we saw you, and then you played another Monday night.
So I think that's a really big piece of this too. They come rested, come prepared. Hopefully they don't look rusty.
I just hope they aren't super ignorant and just assuming they can just show up and just. Because a lot of times they just think they can just show up and let's just not make a mistake and we'll win.
Yeah.
And you got to make plays too.
Maybe the Packers show up pissed off after Carolina. I'd love that. I'd love that.
While I was happy your team lost, just from a standings perspective, I was probably not ideal going into this game. Yeah. I got the Eagles winning and covering, obviously. I'd say something did you give a score?
Yeah, 30-27.
30-27. I can see it being something like that. Yeah. I'm going to go.
I don't think it's going to be a shootout, but I don't think it's not necessarily going to be really low scoring either.
I'll go 34-27.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know. So that's it. That's the podcast. Man, I can't wait to. We're going to be live streaming
join us Monday.
Yeah, Monday during the game. Come join us. Come to the channel. Check us out.
Send some design ideas. We can shave into Justin's head.
You can't. There's nothing to shave if I'm bald. There's
bring
no
some
hair.
Stencils. Well, we'll do it on the way to you being bald.
By the way, are we going to do? It's going to be late, so I totally understand if you say no. But we're already there. Are we going to do the podcast after the game?
We can.
Might as well.
Yeah,
get it out.
Might as well, man. Just knock it out.
We'll have everything all set up anyway, ready to go.
Yeah, you can show off your new cut.
Go ahead and take us out.
All right. Tailgate Talker Nation, we'll see you next week.
Bye-bye.